For Part 1D, you're going to compare your monthly expense ratios to the 50-30-20 rule. And to better understand what this 50-30-20 rule, you need to click this link over here. You have to read this article. This is what the experts suggest about your needs, wants, and savings. And to click this link, you have to put your cursor over here on top of this link, and you have to right click and click open hyperlink. So when you click open hyperlink, it's gonna open into a new window to the article itself. So you need to read the article, okay? And then after that, after you read the article, you need to go back to your previous work in Part 1C. So let me scroll back up so you'd see. Remember the pie chart that we created previously? So you're going to compare your own ratio. So this is your own ratio for your needs, wants, and savings. So you're going to compare these numbers, these percentages, to the 50-30 rule. Are you doing good in your budgeting? All right, so go back to Part D. So that's all you have to do. In the first part, describe how your pie chart in Part 1C compares to the 50-30-20 rule. You only need 2 to 3 sentences. Are you doing good with your budgeting? Or are you spending too much for needs? Are you spending more on wants? Okay, so 2 to 3 sentences. And for the second part, indicate whether you plan to make any changes in your needs, wants, or savings based on the comparison to 50-30-20 rule. And you have to be very specific with your plan. So another 2 to 3 sentences will be enough for this question. Okay, so this is what Part 1D is. So you only have to answer this, the comparison to the 50-30-20 rule in 2 to 3 sentences, and whether you need or you plan to make any changes. Okay, and so after you're done with this, you have to get rid of the highlight, get rid of the direction. So once you have your answer for part 1 and part 2, you can actually, let me go back to cursor, you can actually get rid of all this. You don't need all this. And for your part 1, remember, if it's your own text, there has to be no highlight. Okay, so you get rid of all this, or if you want to compose first, then you can compose your answers here. Let's say I'm using letter J this time. So compose all your answer, 2 to 3 sentences. Okay, and after that, you need to delete the question, and you need to get rid of the color because now these are your own words. So we're going to delete the color. There you go. There's no color. Okay? And for your part 2, you do the same. You can type in your answer here. Oops, just be careful not to change the layout. So type all your answer here. This time it's all letter Y. 2 to 3 sentences also. That's second sentence. And the third sentence right here. You need to change highlight. No highlight for your own words. No color. And then you can delete this part here. Delete the direction. Okay? You can either leave this part 1 and leave the part 2. That's fine. As long as... Now, okay. So, you can also delete both. So, now it looks better. in your portfolio. So that's part D. 1D.